Hello and welcome to episode 33 of our Timberborn Update 5 Waterbeaver playthrough here in cycle 34, day 15. Last time we finally got the ENS up and running, and we're currently gathering materials for a Masters in Metallurgy that's going to allow us to do, well, more stuff with metal. That's going to take a little while to get done, but they are assembling the necessary supplies, and we will of course continue checking in on them as they're doing so. We have a drought inbound here in a little over 2 days, but it's not as big of a deal now because we are no longer growing rice down in our river here, and we're in the process of deepening it to hold a little bit more water, so we hopefully don't have to worry about ever pausing these pumps again. Other things we've been working on slowly has been to get our lake up here a little bit better at self-regulating. It hasn't really been easy, but some solutions have been proposed to make that a reality, and we're going to take a look at maybe doing some of that, as well as continuing to expand our storage. We have this giant buried tank for water that has not ever had any in it because we just haven't had enough to move around. We only have a little less than 3,000 water stored up, and we really need to get more pumping going if we're going to stand a chance on a longer drought. But we know they can only be 9 days long anyway because this is normal mode. It still is a lot of water we got to go through. Remember, we have 413 beavers. We have a bunch of industrial processes that require the water. So it's not exactly desirable territory to be in to only have less than 3,000 water before a drought. But we'll see what happens. We also have this entire lake up here. We can pump it dry if we have to. I don't think we're going to need to worry about it, though. We have our water cannon here. I am going to turn back on because this level started to go down a little bit because we are pumping from up here. But we probably aren't going to be doing this forever. In fact, I'm going to pause this just because I don't want it to become too much of an issue. Outside of that, there's a number of little things that you guys have suggested to fix or improve what we've got going on, and we're going to see what is possible as we continue our quest toward the end game here. Lots to get done, lots that we could possibly do, and some that we probably aren't going to be able to. But we'll see. We do have this engine here that is in the process of being finished. We just need 9 more planks, which are coming very slowly. We do have a couple of things that have been improved in the most recent episodes, but plank production is still kind of a hard thing for us to wrap our heads around. But we are doing our best. I do think it's funny how the Waterbeaver version of the engine still has the smoke effects, and they just kind of dissipate into the rock there as this thing turns. I don't think it's quite supposed to be like that, but hey, it's fine. So I believe we should have this one operating before too long, but we have another problem now, and that's that we've burned through our nenuphars really quickly. That, of course, is part of our plucked lotuses that have to be manually disassembled in the Handicrafter's Lodge. And we have a couple of these guys. This one is currently making pencil sets because we need to have pencil sets. Probably should have been making them this whole time, just having a massive storage set aside for them. But we do have over here Handicrafter's Lodge set for the plucked lotuses. That's just a regular lodge. And then this one is set to make dynamite because, of course, we need to keep making dynamite. Good news, though, is that we have a large supply of plucked lotuses. We just don't have the right balance of storage for the different parts that are made up of when you take these things apart. We need to do something with the lotus flowers. We only have a storage for 208 of those. And right now, that is what's causing us to not have any nenuphars. And one of the things you can do with the lotus flowers is you can make a tea, which is... actually, no, this is making fried rice. But it also uses those. We have a little storage for the lotus flowers, but we're going to need a little bit more. And it's not really... Oh. Of course there's no scrap metal there. Why would I think there would be... So now I want to try and see. I think there was one of these platforms I could actually have I could actually have over here. I don't think it's going to let me get away with it. No, it's definitely not. But I'm trying to think what all... I mean, I've got a little bit of space here. This is for sunflower seeds. Yeah. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to put in a little crappy warehouse right here for the lotus flowers. And then we can more or less quadruple our storage of those up here. That should help a little bit. But obviously the best thing to do is just keep using them, which means we need to find something else to do. There is a tea you can make. I don't think we're making it right now, unless I have completely forgotten. What else is going on here? Oh, hey, this lumberjack barn no longer has anything to do, so I think this building can go away. I was using it possibly as a dam, but I don't really have anything else to do with this. So I can either replace it with a building that actually needs to exist, like possibly another rudimentary sawmill, depending on how we want to have our power set up. But for right now, we might as well just leave it alone, see how we're going to be able to take care of all of that other stuff. Now, in terms of things that we need to do, we need to make more planks, like desperately, which is part of the reason why these log gnawing stations exist. But we also need to be gnawing more logs because we have a massive short supply of planks. But then we have to think about what we're doing with the sawdust. Yeah, that's a problem for later. We've just got to get something accomplished here. We've got mechanics lodges making gears and more gears, and I don't think we even need this many mechanics lodges. I really don't. So what I'll do, yeah, because we've already made all the blueprints that you need to make with these. To my knowledge, that's mechanical drill blueprint. Do I have? I should have some of those. One would think. Or did I seriously not? Well, that's a problem if I haven't done that. I'm going to have to make some mechanical drill blueprints. No, I have one. I have one mechanical drill blueprint. Okay. Well, maybe I should have kept a little bit more close watch on that. Anyway, this mechanics lodge is going to go away. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a log gnawing station in here just so we can get 5 more beavers, because we have 31 who currently aren't working. Now it's 33, 34 even. But we need to get some more tooth-cut planks going, so that can be a viable option for us. Water pumping continues, but it's probably not going to be enough for us the entire drought here. Did get a comment asking, why don't we just put water pumps in the pools with the water sources themselves? And that would be a great idea, except they're really far away, and I would be concerned because I'm absolutely not messing with districts with this mod. It's completely insane. We've already seen that happen once. So I would be concerned about these being too far away if I were to place them there. We did kind of do that here by putting this deep water pump here and this one here. They're not like right next to it, but they are close. If anything, we need to keep putting some more in here, but the terrain is not really set up in a favorable manner to get that accomplished. So I don't think for right now that would be a smart idea. But we'll keep our options open. Let's get this turbo mode going. Another thing that was suggested was to mess with the Badwater pumps, that this area over here would actually be a decent place to put one. And if we were to do that, what I would probably end up doing, since we're about to have a drought, is I would end up placing this guy, this big Badwater pump, maybe... ooh, you know what? I'm going to have to put land back if I'm going to do that, unless I put this one here. Because remember that the propeller thing needs to actually be submerged. So there has to be water falling directly on top of it that stays there. Which, for our purposes here, could work if there was another building on top of it. But we would need to have, I believe... And we got some time to mess with this, but I'm pretty sure I would have to put this here, and then come on top of it like so, and then put in another building to keep the bad water from flowing on top. I think we can do it. And this would actually be a good place to do it because it's pretty close to the rest of what we have to be doing here. I think we're going to do it. We will see what happens. They obviously can't get to this yet. But as soon as this bad water stops flowing, we're going to be taking a look at doing that. And this engine is actually ready to go. Unfortunately, we don't have any more methane because we ran out of nenophares because we did not have the capacity to keep separating the lotus flowers. So this will unfortunately take a little bit of time to get set up and running. We're going to lose production from all of these buildings as we continue going through this episode. But you know, it is what it is. This one also doesn't have any methane, so production of all of these planks is going to be a problem. But hey, that's the way she goes. Not much else you can do about that. At least we have over 4,000 water stored now, which is a big help. I would have liked to have had more, but you know how it goes. Take a look at our levels here. I mean, this is fine. We're not going to kill our lotuses by them drying out in one drought if we're not pumping out of it. But for right now, I guess that's about as good as we can expect. Outcome of this is going to be based on how long the drought is. Hopefully it's not a long one. We'll see. 7 days. Okay. On the longer side, but not as bad as it could have been by far. We'll just need to, I guess, keep things going. Doesn't really make sense right now to blast any more of this river out before the water comes back in. But we will, of course, keep our eyes peeled for everything. Wait for this to go away, and then I'm going to get rid of this lumberjack's barn, and we will figure out how we're going to mess with the bad water pumps, because we know having this up here all be completely dependent on, you know, just this one bad water bucketing post. Well, 4 of those, just no. We really need to be doing better than that. These are just about done turning. The flow should stop momentarily, and then, well, everything over here is going to come to an end, but we will be able to get back here without getting the beavers infected, which is always a good time. Oh my god. This mod, I swear. So this one requires power, because of course it does. Okay, so this one's unpowered, and every hour it would give you 3 bad water. This one, every hour, gives you 2/3 of one. So you know what we'll do? Yeah, I really don't have the desire to to relitigate this whole process here, so I think what's going to happen is oh, is this gone? Yeah, okay. That's gone, that's gone, that's gone, that's gone, that's gone. And we are going to use the ones that don't take power. Yeah, if I did... I don't even need this one to be finished like this, I don't think. But, yeah, when this falls down, I just need the front of it not to be something that is going to flood. So maybe I do need to put it here. I think that should be okay. I think it should be okay. So we will, yeah. We'll just have them come gather all this garbage off the ground. And then I will build 2 of these. Right like so. Except, okay, no, they can still... I think they can still reach this, but... Oh, it's only 5 pine rows, and I don't think we really care that much about it, do we? Actually, I don't even see... Oh no, I've got 233. Alright. We'll just say bye-bye to that for now. Yeah, we're going to do that there. You absolute buffoon. Anyway, 6 logs goes away. This will allow, assuming we can build something on top of it, will allow us to get a pretty decent amount of bad water out of here, and I think that should be okay. Then on top, I just have to have a building that will actually be watertight, not be a problem. Now we have, mechanized kitchen house is a levee. Regular cooking house is a levee. So that could work, but I need something that's 4 wide. The mechanized house, of course, needs power, which, actually, we have the vertical power shafts. It's not completely unreasonable to think that that is a viable thing we could be doing. How? Okay. So how does the thing come in the... You know what, folks? Is this a stupid thing for me to think would work? Would be to just put this down here, because this Badwater is going to fall down pretty much straight vertically here. I don't think it would end up being on top of this guy right here. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. There's no reason not to. Live life to the fullest, right? No regrets. So if we... now, it would be very on brand for the game not to let me build above this. Yep, okay. So, new idea. Pause this just so I don't, I won. Again. Oh, I love this game so much. So, if... oh, yes, okay. If I do that, I can... Actually, I could just keep stacking these things on top here. But for our purposes, what I will do is I'll just put a universal power shaft there, just in case we want to add more in the future. And then here... Why... Okay, I guess this is fine. Yeah. That will go up. The actual straight up vertical power shaft, I meant straight up as in a veritable vertical power shaft, not straight up as in the slang lingo, but I guess that works too. This, since we have the path access right here, yes sirree, that, friends, that is a thing of beauty. Well, I mean, objectively it might be kind of ugly, but we will make it work. Where's my, oh, is this not going to let me do this? Because of the building above? Okay, well, first of all, let's check and see. Is there a way for me? I don't really need to have this paused, necessarily. What's the wrong? Oh, cruel. The cruel reality. Cruel reality of our situation. The power shaft intersection here. This is coming in where? That's a universal shaft. You know what? We will have to have some other way of getting the beavers in here, but... Does this go... Oh, it does. I don't need a universal. But, okay, no, I do need a universal because this one has to go in like that. So I think that's what's going to happen, folks. We're going to have to do a little bit of a shenanigans here. No, we've never done that before, right? Now, is the reason I can't do shenanigans in this exact spot because I've already built something or because I can't reach in here? Okay, well, you know what? The original thing that we might have been trying to do could very well have worked anyway, but I'm going to choose to just accept that we've decided to do this and just live with ourselves. So that's going to go right like that, and you know, this might be ugly, but I think it's going to work, and I think it's going to be something that is, at the very least, something we can look back at and say, you know what, that might have been stupid, but I'm glad we did it. So, I'll put that little staircase there. Because I was saying we needed something else to use those lotus flowers. Fried rice. Easy. Just do it. So the Badwater... I realize, yes, after all of that, talking about, oh, I can't get power down there, I could have easily just done the regular Badwater pump. But, I don't want to be beholden to power. Also, this is a much easier building to build. This requires a bunch of planks and everything. So, you know, we'll just leave this like it is, and we'll see what happens. This should prevent any Badwater from actually making its way back here. I suppose... Wait, what? They can build this? How can they reach in there and get that? They shouldn't be able to. Well, hey, if they want to do that and they can actually reach it, oh, okay, they can come in from underneath. Alright, we're good. We're good. Oh, this is already super completely dry. Alright, well, it's not really affecting anything. Oh, we are... Oh, no, this is fine. This is fine. I was about to say, wow, we're super dry, but we're not. At least we have water. You know, it's going to take a little while to get water back in here, but the good thing about this being dry is it means we can indiscriminately set our dynamite off and continue our quest to make this whole area deeper. Now, I'm only really concerned about deepening it in the areas where the pumps are, but how much? We got 48. Let's see what these guys actually want to do. Yeah, I want to still be able to walk through this, but I guess it doesn't really matter. Yeah, you know what? I guess for the purposes of right now, I will just continue blasting these individual things out so where we can still walk. But we will... Yeah, we will want to get this whole thing blasted out sooner rather than later. I know we're going to have to completely redo this. That was another one of those things we're just going to have to kind of deal with. There's a path in here? Okay. It's a process, right? Everybody's favorite term. I'll give them something to work toward. Now, if they can get this built, I don't know that they can reach this, which is going to be interesting. Like, it isn't saying they can't, but they also haven't put anything in. Maybe that's because it was one of the later things that I placed down. This is waiting. Of course it needs... Oh, man, it needs another 56 planks. Okay, I don't know if I can make 56 of those with no power in 3.5 days. So we could possibly have some Badwater issues. But I suppose... Okay, this ran out of juice because I don't have methane because I don't have nenifars. I know this is making methane, but I'm still missing several nenifars. How are we doing here? This is not full enough to stop. I think our friend Jay here is just not currently working. I've got over 1,100. Okay, so they are actually plucking those, and I guess that's fine. But I really need to make sure that I'm taking advantage of this time to blast out dynamite stuff. Since it's going to be so much easier to get in here, I just don't know exactly what they're going to be doing. I guess we'll see what happens. Yes, okay, they can place this, I guess, from somewhere. So let's take the time now to come up here and give the beavers a couple of river bath stations. Now that the, I guess we can call it the downstairs, is completely dry, they need to be able to go somewhere to clean themselves. And it just makes sense to do it over here, since this pool should be pretty much perpetually full. So we can pick a couple of spots and just make them nice and easy to access. I don't think they can get around this either way, so maybe it doesn't matter. I'm just going to put 2 here, because they're going to need to be able to be clean. There's only 3 of them that are dirty right now, but you know, 3 days is a long time without water down here. So we're going to want to make sure we're keeping that in mind. Okay, so this is done. So we should now have everything up here reconnected. The only thing we have to do still is put these scaffoldings in. And then, wow, okay, they actually have almost all the planks. That's a lot quicker than I thought it would be. We're going to be in just fine shape. Then eventually, remember I wanted to put in a ladder over here. Probably to directly connect with this. But the ladders in the Water Beaver mod take a lot of metal. And right now, we don't have any. Unless I'm completely blind. It is a very time-consuming and expensive thing to make. And I was going to build another factory, but of course to build another factory you have to have an anvil And the anvil has to be produced in a factory. And, you know, also to build a factory, there's... oh, there isn't actually any metal. You just have to have the scrap metal. Well, I'll tell you what we could do is we could actually, maybe not in the next 2.4 days, but we could very easily, especially since this is finished. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a primitive ironworks out of the equation here, just so I can get that anvil back, and then I can build a factory, and then I can use the factory to make another anvil to replace it. But I'm pretty sure I only have these two. I'm pretty sure. How many tools? I know somebody left a comment saying, hey, stop pausing, you're not getting anything done. I have to pause or I'm going to miss stuff, or I'm going to let too much time go by during a very advantageous period of time to be doing stuff. Yeah, I think I should have enough outside of the planks. I should have enough to build another factory pretty quick. The rest of the stuff looks good. Tools, I think, are the things we could probably get by the longest without having. The metal fasteners are going to be their own different thing. But, yeah, let's do that. I should still have a glorious storage for an anvil somewhere. If I don't, then we will build one. Yeah, I don't have one. Okay. So... the rice storage here is completely empty. Alright, that's for drill bits. I guess I will just... Oh, can't do that. Oh, that's not... Oh, okay, no, that will work. If I were to... never mind. I must have misled myself here. Okay. Anvil. Store thyself. This is a one log and a couple planks. Just come and get this thing out of here. Or maybe I don't need to worry about it. Maybe I can just take a chill pill for once in my life. Alright. Build right there. Because we really need to have this other one. And then, of course, this power shaft T intersection. You know what? Before we build the... I had the wrong thing. Before we build the factory, let's make a commitment to replace this with a universal power shaft. And then do one of those. Yeah, that's going to be much easier to build before the factory gets constructed. So let's make that a thing. Priority, priority, priority. And, you know, I guess... Oh, this is going to take a super long time anyway, so I could just unpause it. But, friends, look, we are in a really good spot as we move forward into the water coming back. Because this is finished. So this is now fully connected. There's just, you know, no power because the wheels are not turning. And we don't have enough methane to run the engines. But yeah, that's going to be great. As soon as we can, we really need to make sure that we're taking full advantage of that. I need to build more storage for these flowers because that is just causing all sorts of problems. Both of these can be for here because we have this whole huge empty storage, but they can't separate these. We're just having too many problems. All right, I'm going to set this off. Just continue to go. And of course we can go deeper than it currently is right now, but it's a process. We've got to do little bits and pieces at a time as we're able to do it and not get too greedy. This one right there. I don't have any more over here to do, but since we have access to this and we have a little bit more left in the tank, so to speak, I am going to come down here and I don't think I can, maybe I should have deepened it before I blasted anything else off. Oh well, it's a learning opportunity. But we need to really make sure the areas directly underneath the straws get deepened. I know they can't get to all of this, but I think that would be a smart thing for us to focus on. Stairs here. There we go. Going down. And then another set right here probably would be smart. There we go. They can reach all that. Not a problem. Give them plenty to continue working on. And they did build this, which is good. And now this is actually starting to become a very useful area. The issue is going to be generating enough power over here, which is one of the reasons I wanted to blast this out a little bit more so we could put in wider wheels. But that comes with its own challenges. And we're going to have to be pretty careful about how we go about doing this. But at least we have a way to get across here now. And I do think it's going to be necessary to completely blast at least these 4 out so we can put 2 full-width wheels in here. And then we could even start channeling more water through here because I don't think it's going to flood over the top of these buildings. We might run into an issue down here when the water starts falling, and I guess we'll find out when we get there. But we've got options, folks. We certainly do. That's good. I'm glad they were able to get that done. Did they build... Oh, wait, I didn't connect the entrance? Okay. Well, now we have some baths up here, and that's looking very good. Very, very good. I would really like to be able to blast this out before the water comes back. Are these all here? They are. Very good, because these will go down up to 6, and currently they're at 4, so I could go down twice more and have more water pumped into these guys. But it is a process. How were they able to put this one in? Are they able to, like, stand inside the building and put these? Because it doesn't... Okay, that one says it's too far. But this one doesn't. How does that even work? That's very strange. What constitutes not reachable? So maybe they can build in, or maybe it's from inside the upgrade. Maybe that treats that as an accessible thing. That'll be fascinating to think about. Well, we did not run out of water, which is a good thing. But we're going to need to get this pool filled up a little bit more pretty fast here, as we have all these lotuses that I don't want to kill. We didn't run out of water back here. I guess technically we might have, judging by how this looks, but I think it's going to be okay. I am more interested to see how this is going to operate. But I guess we'll just have to see what happens. If we were very confident that this wasn't going to flood, then I could come back here and open this up a little bit more. But I don't want to condemn myself before I have to, you know? There's a lot of stuff that could possibly go wrong we maybe don't need to tempt fate with. You will also note this giant buried tank is still waiting on planks. It needs another massive quantity, like 85 planks. So that's another thing that is unfortunately slowed by how awful the plank production has been. But we're trying to fix it. It's just not always the easiest thing. Can I... Yeah, they definitely have to be coming from inside these buildings to pop those in there, because it's only... it's only a few of them that haven't done that. Well, at least we still have some explosives left. We'll have to continue this at some other point in time. I just really want to make sure we're taking the chance to expand our storage of water down here and improve the flow. That's another thing, because we don't want to lower it too much, but we do want to make sure that we have somewhere for all the stuff that's bunching up here to go. That seems to be a pretty common thing. But water is coming back. It'll take a little bit of time to get fully over the dam here. And then, of course, this is doing its own thing. But I don't think I actually talked about this earlier. I might have forgotten. But somebody had made a suggestion to put a dam up here. so that this would never overflow, so we wouldn't have to shut it off, because it doesn't really matter if the water that's pumped up here goes back down as long as enough of it stays. So we could conceivably blast this area out a little bit and come in with a little primitive dam action in this general area, and that would keep most of the water in. I think for right now we probably just want to leave it like it is, but that is something we could work on at some point in the future. I just want to, you know, have more water pumping. That is the main goal. Got this one piece of dynamite has to go in here. We haven't planted anything else here because this is already down pretty far. Yeah, that one's good to go. So let's set that off. And this one should be as well. Okay, not quite. They are still waiting on a little bit of dynamite, and I thought we had enough, but maybe we didn't. Guess just something to keep an eye on. Yeah, this is not quite high enough, but it should be very soon for the water to come through it. So many other things to think about, too. We haven't even checked on how the ENS is doing. Okay, still waiting on methane. Big surprise. But it has everything else, which is good. And, of course, once this actually starts researching, it does take 8 days, 8 hours. And I think that can pretty safely preclude us from having the Masters in Metallurgy completed today. But we stand a pretty good chance of being able to do something with it next time. And it is exciting to have access to that, because that does allow us to build the high-temperature foundry, which can make glass and can make the giant saw blades. I think that's what that is. Steel saw blades, I'm sorry. But then also the silicon metal ingots, and all of those are important for other fun and exciting things we can do. Like, for example, making solar arrays, which don't generate a ton of power relative to their size, but it is still a pretty neat thing to have and be able to do. We have all this other fun science stuff we haven't gotten into. Like, think about the bots. Like, just to have a hauler bot. Well, this obviously is not going to be done without the PhD in robotics, but we have so many different options of neat and interesting things to do. These are ready to go. Yeah, look at that. Now these have the depth of 4. This one also 4, but it doesn't really care. We can go down 2 more, but I don't have enough dynamite to really comfortably do that yet, so that is going to be what it is. Now let's check out here. Okay, so this one's not working because it's not covered, but this has... Okay, it's actually produced some bad water. Low productivity, so I wonder if that has something to do with the amount of bad water that's flowing over it, if we need to maybe make a little dam here. Increase the height here. Don't worry about this coming back through. This is just part of the way that the water carpet, the fluid carpet, whatever you want to call it, works in this game. That's not a concern. I just want to know where... Okay, the guy's not in there yet. Once he goes in, you should see this working. Yeah. Oh, that's so much better. It's so much better. This one, it was working. It's just going to be a little on-off action here until we do something else. But I don't remember who it was who left the comment asking us to do this, but I'm glad we tried that. This can, of course, continue getting blasted out with the overall goal of widening everything here. Which, of course, is going to mean that we have to replace this suspension bridge. It's going to be an interesting... I'm trying to think about how this is going to work. Because I think I'm going to have another way for the beavers to get up to this other side. Because I can't... The game will let me place... Oh, it actually won't. I thought it was going to let me do it. Place dynamite right on this same block, but... It does not seem to be willing to do that, so we're going to have to probably remove this 1x1 suspension bridge and then put a double platform in, then detonate dynamite on this side and then rebuild this as a 2x1 bridge. But that's fine. So I've got bad water coming in here. Our mushroom situation, we're still not making enough mushrooms, but we do have technically a surplus. We should be, at some point, generating the brain-stimulating mushrooms down here, but that is one of those things that is going to take time. Water flow here is strange. We don't have enough methane to run this. No matter what, we can't seem to ever get rid of enough of these lotus flowers. Well, I figured they would, you know, be using more of these things. But it doesn't seem to be... working. Okay, well this is consuming nenifars. I probably shouldn't be using the nenifars in this way, because we're supposed to be making the methane with those. So what's... Okay, this is the one that's using the lotus flowers. There's also a recipe for tea. It's obviously not in here. In the screw press, I don't think. But I don't remember. Okay, here it is. Lotus flower tea. So if I were to change... See, this already has a bunch of stuff in there. Wait. What did I click on? Okay, it's the regular cooking house that can make the tea. This is actually a slower recipe for fried rice. Yeah, okay, this is making lotus flower tea now. This is just so much easier to do. To make use of all those lotus flowers. And this stores 600 of it, so I don't have to worry about storing that. At least for a little bit of time. I wonder, is this actually working? Because it has some on top of it. And it has this percent progress thing, so I'm assuming it is working. It's just weird. How are things going? Okay, about the same as what I would have expected. I just really need to get this water storage just way up. Rice isn't looking too great either. Fermentation house making the half-fermented sake. This turning that into strong alcohol. So we do at least have a relatively good supply of strong alcohol. They just are also probably drinking it, which is fine. I guess they can still keep getting these brambles out of the way. Thank you very much, email program. See, what else could we reasonably accomplish today? I know it's not quite time to be done, but I feel that we may have reached the point where not too much more is possible without waiting a long time. Oh! This other factory's finished. I didn't even notice. Okay. So, why don't we... Yeah, this is making the metal, which we do need more metal blocks. Well, that's kind of cool. They're almost completely 180-degree phase away from each other. Nice little animation combination. Very, very close. But I was thinking of making another anvil because we are going to run out of the tools eventually. And we need to make sure we're staying on top of that. So why don't we go ahead and set that. Yeah, because that's just clay, coal, scrap metal. That's going to be easy. I really should rebuild this guy down here. In fact, I probably need to just completely redesign this whole area. And by redesign, I mean have any design. This is just super ugly. But I don't really have very much of an idea on how to improve that. So we'll just put this back where it was to make tools. And then we do still have some saw blades, if you were curious about us not making those. And I do remember a comment asking why we don't have a giant tank for lemonade. The reason for that primarily being it is an enormous quantity of resources to build one of these giant buried tanks, and I think we still have at least one that isn't finished up here. Yeah, wait a minute. This has everything. Okay, we just came in perfect timing. This needs to have water in it, but we're not getting enough water to fill these things up. We have we have a storage capacity of over 14,000 for water. That's great. Probably about time for us to get rid of some of these other storage tanks here, just to force the water to go to other spots. But, yeah, these small tanks, we can almost certainly get rid of all of these and utilize this space in better, more efficient ways. Not that they're really hurting anything, but, you know, you might as well. Everything else is looking pretty good. This is ready to get blasted down once more. I've got Oh, 37 dynamite. Well, you know, we could probably actually have them stop making so much dynamite before too long. I guess it's fine. See, these two right here, these are making 150 and 71. This is making 159 and 22, so, you know, it'll help. It'll help a little bit. This network currently is demanding 620 and it's making 402. It would be higher if this engine had enough methane to just continuously run. We are unfortunately not in that scenario right now. But we're working on it. We're trying to get stuff done. Alright, still gathering materials. It's probably... Oh, we don't have enough coal. We have a lot of iron. See, this is the problem with having super imbalanced resources production. That sometimes you find yourself in a really stupid position that you put yourself in and you're wondering how it happened. This making iron. Probably don't need to have this making iron. It probably should be making coal. But we also had the comment that said, hey, why is this making coal? This is a huge waste of time to make coal. You know, sometimes you just have to do stupid things, right? I have so much quartz built up, I can't do anything with it yet. We're just waiting. Speaking of just waiting, these scavenger flags can't cut anything else down. So we can get rid of those. There is some stuff available over here to get. So I am going to keep... Okay, that's in the wrong spot. Or I am in the wrong spot. Nothing in the game is in the wrong spot. But we can go ahead and get this stuff removed a little more. This is a very buildable area, and we have easy access through this ladder here. We just have to clear it. This would be probably a good place for some more farming if we could dam up this Badwater channel here. Would be a very good place. A little bit of leveling, maybe a little bit of terrain replacement once we have those mechanical drills put in place. Which, by the way, are going to have somewhere good to go. And they have to be researched. We have the blueprints, but they require a very specific set of land. Actually, this is perfect here. It has to be 3 tall, 3 wide. And for us to be able to build here, then all of these trees in the way are going to have to be gone. And then it has to be powered on this corner. So, you know, it's not just one of those things where you just say, oh, just build that. Well, no, you have to have a whole plan for how the power is going to get into it. And that's not necessarily going to be a super easy thing for us to do. But this little bit of dynamite is done. There's one more left, which we can go ahead and put in place here. And then we will have to deconstruct these 2 wheels, but don't forget they have access to come through the back side of these buildings. I can't really see the door, but it's there. And we could have them build in the Badwater, and then it can take a ride on the twirl and hurl down here. So as soon as these are in place, I will probably have to get rid of this suspension bridge and replace it with platform, depending on how I... Okay, good, that will work. Because I remembered one of these had a notch. And I didn't remember exactly which one it was. So we'll come back and take a look at that later. We need to have better supply stuff. It's really hard with the water beavers. We need more haulers. We need more dedicated supply chain stuff. More storage of ingredients in areas where food and other items are being created. It's just a process. You gotta do what you gotta do. Everything else is looking pretty good. We need to do more pumping, but that does require additional stuff taken care of here. So you know what? I can actually put another one of these here if I just blast this out enough. Yeah, that'll work nicely. We'll just add that to our blasting queue. And not so much over here or over here until we can get some more stuff built up. But I think, for the most part, everything's looking fine. These trees probably aren't getting cut down because I got rid of the lumberjack guy over here. But I don't think that needs to be a concern necessarily. Man, we gotta do something with all these lotus flowers. It's blocking our ability to get stuff. And like the tea, I mean, I guess it's a problem because we don't have enough water over here. Yeah, because we need to be using more lotus flowers, man. I got 400 of these things. We use the nenifars no problem. Which I guess I really shouldn't be making vegetable stew. In all honesty, I should just have this making more fried rice. Yeah, we don't have the resources to do the vegetable stew yet, so we'll just make it the hands of fried rice soup. Which, if your fried rice is a soup, you probably made it wrong. But whatever, it's fine. Okay, that's ready to go. That means this can go away. And we can put in our temporary double platform to get across here and detonate. Hello? Oh, there's a path. There we go. It's all a process, folks. All a process. So this is still trying to collect coal and scrap metal. But there's plenty of scrap metal, we just have to get it. And I think moving these guys over here probably should have happened a long time ago. We just didn't. That dead tree and that dead tree can get removed. Those are both in the range. These are also all in the range. I guess we could just do that. We have so much space up here, man. There's so much space we could use. This still has not filled up, which I guess is a good problem to have. Is there any water in here? There's 14 water. Wow, out of 4,000. That's what I'm talking about. Making progress, folks. The water level in here is a little lower because of the depth, but I think that is fine. We need to be able to pump more, most importantly. This is now ready. Go ahead and unplant. I can't imagine this is going to be ready to place something in the next 5 days, but if it is, we'll just go ahead and get rid of it. Keep blasting this channel out. And then I'm going to put another deep water pump and another deep water pump upgrade on here. That should help us at least a little bit. We do somehow have 3 homeless beavers, so we need to address that anyway. Yeah, that's going to be fine. Just want to keep an eye on this. Okay, that one is already done. Okay. Alright, and we by no means need to wait. Yeah, you know what? This thing's going away. We by no means are required to wait to build these things. When there's blasting occurring underneath them, that's just one of those things that I don't know, my brain just says, you need to do that right now before you do anything else or you're going to forget and it's going to be bad. So what's holding this? Oh, it's the rice. Yep, it's absolutely the rice's fault. That was something I should have foreseen and should have planted some more rice. Or I guess we could take a look at our current rice farm. Yeah, see, they're not even harvesting all this. They could really use some help here. We just have this one, and then this. Come on, these 2 in the upgrade. I mean, I guess it's okay. It's just a pass-through lodge. I don't have another lodge that has, you know, farmer assistance in here, I'm pretty sure. No. So, what's going to need to happen, this is already here, that's fine. I was going to try to blast this out so we could have more of these lotuses, but I don't really think that's the problem here. I think we just need to have rice planted. So this is a pretty stable depth here. So if I just did... Yeah, you know what? We could even leave this one... No, actually, no, we can't because that's too deep. I'll just... You know what? Am I going to be able to get away with doing this? Farmhouse, farmhouse. Okay, it's a levee, so that wouldn't work anyway. But if I can't flip this because of the implication. You know, I don't hate it. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. Yeah, that would be even worse. Maybe the right thing to do is just to blast this out. I know I'm making excuses to blow things up, but if I were to do that, then I could just have... I could have the stairs right here for the rice, and that would be nice. And then, of course, we could just... is that still connected on this other side? No, not really. We could move this back just a touch. Man, is there any way for them to get back over here? I do not think there is, so maybe... Yeah, maybe we need to just have a whole dealio here. We'll just have that be good enough. Yeah, more explosives. More explosives, because that's how you solve your problems, right? Because I'm going to want that to be a right angle. Yep, that's going to work. That is going to work quite nicely. Yeah, see, look how quick this is. Solving all our problems with dynamite. That'll reconnect everything nicely. We're still looking okay over here. Yeah, the nenifars, now that we're not using them to make the vegetable soup, we should hopefully be able to make some more methane. We just have to have a batch of 30, and it takes 8 hours to make 60 methane. I think we're going to be okay. Oh, I don't need mountain salt to be here. I need nenifars to be here. Cabbages. What's being made here? Okay, that does make sense. Rice. Okay, that does make sense. But this, oh, that's a pile. Never mind. We will leave that there then. I guess they just have to keep on bringing these things from afar. We can prioritize by haulers, and that should help. How are we looking over here? Ready? Okay. Farmhouse, farmhouse. Just pop 2 of those bad boys in here. Please do not walk on the bombs. Thank you. There we go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. And these... oh, yes. These guys have so much more range. So much more range. We can continue blasting this out a little bit. We're at the point now where we just need a lot more rice. We need so much more rice. I do have a decent amount of dynamite left over, so why don't we... yeah, we'll just, lag. Thank you. Just blast this out as best as we can. Now what's right here? That's a, okay, that just needs to go away. If they can reach it. I think they should be able to. No, I just want to be able to do whatever I need to be doing here. Then this can become another staircase just in case. Just in staircase. Ha ha. Ha. Funny joke. Please laugh. Stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Gotta get this tree out of here. So I want to deepen all of this stuff. And we can have a very nice rice paddy over here. Those guys are doing their job. That's working out well. This, I believe, yep, is ready to go. Put in a deep water pump here, and then a deep water pump upgrade. Yeah, I got to come in from this angle and like cram it in there. There we go. All right, that should help us out a lot. Putting 2 more pumping units right here. Like I said earlier, I can't really expand these yet. But we can continue deepening the area in which they are pumping. That is always something that's possible. Now that we have access to all this space here. So we should probably have that be as deep as possible. Anyway. Okay, methane situation is... we're still probably burning way more than we can make at any reasonable amount of time. Yeah, you know what? We need a fermentation house over here. And that actually could replace this lodge very easily. If I look into... yep, it's a levee. Okay, let's do it. I know this is going to flood things and it's going to be just generally a huge nuisance. But I believe this is going to be a good thing for us here. Set that to methane, because everything is going to be right here. There's no reason not to do this. So let's make that a priority. Like I said, it's gonna be weird here for a little bit, but once the building is built, all that problem will go away. Planting rice is looking nice. Look at this. Look at this. We are going to be in a much better shape, folks. And blast this off. Cool. Now I can put in some more lotuses all throughout this whole area. Yeah, and that is the extent to which we can plant. Over here is not included in that. But that's a nice quantity of lotuses. Our rice area can continue to grow. We'll see what is actually doable for these two farmhouses, and then an upgrade once we build that. But, you know, little incremental upgrades... Oh my god, this video is already over an hour long. Little incremental upgrades make a big difference. So now I guess we can let them do a little bit more exploding, and we'll probably have to go ahead and end this episode here in a little bit. But I am just so happy with how things are progressing. Nice! And we're 77% of the way done with our Masters in Metallurgy. That's great news. So that means next episode we will definitely have that early on, and we could possibly start working toward a high-temperature foundry. Now, there's still plenty of stuff we have to do. Most notably dirt, which we do not have because we haven't started drilling with those things yet. That's going to be something to look forward to. But I think this area up here is going to be a great place for us to do this, because this one, it's right above this area, and with a little bit of careful planning, we could probably find a couple other places to put another one as well. We just have to do a little bit more excavating and figure stuff out. But why don't we go ahead, since, you know, we're almost at the end of this one and the drought's approaching, let's go ahead and clear the land here. It's not unreasonable for us to bring power or find power up here. We're just going to have to be careful about how we do it. We would have to be generating a little bit more in this way, and that is just one of those things that has to be the way it has to be. I know that probably didn't make any sense, but that's fine. Come on, there we go. Get that set up across the way here. And then, you know, we're going to have a drought in another 3 days anyway, so this would be the perfect time to replace these water wheels with two that match like this. And possibly, depending how we want to do it, we have the ability, we have the science to put in these large water wheels. We've had the blueprints for a very long time. We would just have to, we'd have to figure something out with how we're going to get power transferred in. I don't think it's impossible. We're just going to have to think about it. Remember that the way the water beaver one is set up, it does have, I know it's red, but it does have power output on 3 axes right here. Well, it's only 2 axes, because one is, you know what I mean. So we could very easily just replace this mess here. Maybe not, actually. I don't know, we'll have to think about it. But it's not as hard to put one of those in as it is to, say, just add more power with this. Because remember, these regular water wheels are already 2 blocks wide. They're the same width. These are just tall, and they have the added fun of how in the world are we going to do this? So we have a spot actually pre-made right here where we could put a large water wheel in, a little stub, and then just have this connect on the other side. We would only need to have a way for the power to go down from the stub, and I don't know, I don't think it does that. No, it's flat. Okay, so that would be a little bit of a challenge. We might have to come on the side here, and depending on where we're going to put this thing, because remember they're 5 blocks deep. Yeah, okay. I absolutely could put 2 of them here. We would just have to take this straight power shaft and this straight power shaft, because of how it's set up, and replace them with universals, and then use them kind of like a bridge to get up to the top here. I think it's doable. I really do. So, you know what? I don't trust myself to remember to do this, so I think we're going to have to just go ahead and research this. Because, like, look how much more power this generates. 300 compared to 90. Assuming, of course, it has the oomph behind it. But what we can do is we can just clear this whole thing out. And then we can get everything lined up nicely. We can still have 2 regular ones here, but with the 2 big ones back behind it, can definitely do a whole lot of damage. This universal power shaft actually... Oh, no, you know what? You know what? Ladies and gentlemen, we have the opportunity to absolutely revolutionize this entire thing here by completely redoing... So, this is how I get in trouble. This is how I get in trouble. This is how these episodes turn into like an hour and a half, 2 hours, because I think I could just do one more thing. It's like, Columbo says one more thing, he solves the case. When I say one more thing, we have a very long episode where stuff goes wrong. I'm not Columbo. But the intent behind it, I hope you can understand. This high power shaft can easily be replaced with a couple of universals, and then that solves our problem of, oh, this protrudes into the whole area here. Yeah, we're just going to need to get this blasted out. Can this... If I go here... No, it needs to go here. So, okay. There's there's more to this. There always is, but there's more to our little process here than meets the eye. What's that Transformers? Transformers theme song is like Transformers more than meets the eye. There's more to it than that. I don't remember the rest of the words. Robots in disguise, etc. That's a very long time ago. Do we have... yes, we do. And I have 12 dynamite left, in spite of all this, so I think we can still make all this happen. At this point, I've probably already made like 3 different layers of promises that I can't hope to deliver on in terms of getting stuff accomplished. And I guess that can be more ammunition for people who like to poke fun at me in the comments, which is always allowed. Just don't be too mean, please. No, we're okay. We're looking like we're going to be in good shape here. These beavers seem hellbent to get into the nasty water anyway, so I think we can just go ahead and assume that's going to be how this is going to work. But this getting blasted out is going to make it possible for us to put in 2 of these wheels here, which, oh, you know what? That means we're going to have this also blasted out down 1, I think. Yeah, that one's going to have to go down 1. And 4, okay, so that one's got to be... Wait, no it doesn't. Hold on. Yes, I paused. Let's see, that can go there. Okay, yeah. I was slightly off. When has that ever happened, right? But yeah. We're going to make it work, folks. We're going to make it work. So you get a longer episode. Oh no, you already saw the runtime before you clicked on the video, so it's not like it's a surprise, but it's a surprise to me. This is really where the Water Beaver mod starts to get really fun, is when you're into the mid-late game, where a lot of stuff becomes possible on a technicality, and you're sitting there trying to figure out how to make it work. I just hope I have enough of these blueprints here. Okay, I have 5 fancy blueprints. We can make that work. I can just duplicate other ones. Now, if I have this correct, yes. Okay, that's what I wanted. 0.0. These are gone. These are gone. This platform is gone. We really cannot waste any time. We've got 6 days. This high power shaft needs to be replaced with a universal. And I know there's a lot of stuff that goes into making these, and we are going to run into problems if we try to abuse it too much. This is a universal, so this can turn into, for now, vertical to straight. Yeah, it's just going to be easier to build. So what we're going to need to do is now, this has to become, okay, this is a vertical. This is already a universal, so this vertical has to turn into another universal. And then we have to have a vertical to straight on top of that. And then this straight power shaft also has to turn into a universal. And then on top of that, we place this, because then, see, I know this is a mess, but it's going to work, I promise you. The power can go into this universal, and then it can go up, down, and around. Listen, I know this seems insane, but it's going to work. It's going to be a thing of beauty, folks. Just got to trust the process. That is going to generate so much power once we have the rest of this taken care of. It is going to be fantastic. Just keep the faith. I should not have gotten rid of this staircase here. Yes. Okay, so this is going to have to be a ladder the way this is set up, because I need to get back here. And then I'm going to have to... Yeah, I'm going to have to come out here and actually widen this canal a little bit. I have 25 explosives. That should be enough, I think, to make this work. So this vertical to straight is going to... Oh, no, that's perfect. This is going to have to be replaced with a... Yeah, okay, universal. So I actually don't need to build as many universals as I thought I did. This has to be a universal. Oh, it can't reach this. Okay. That might become an issue, but if I build stairs here, they'll be able to reach this, and then they can build this. And then, I know I can't do this because the stairs are here, but then this will go here. And that is going to make it possible for us to have this connected into here, which goes into here, which goes into here, which goes into everything else. We are, you know, we're being a little bit extra with this, but I think it's going to be well worth it by the time we're finished here, folks. I need one more again right there. Hopefully I have enough explosives to get this accomplished. This is going to be really cool when it's done. And it's going to generate so much more power. Nenifars, once again, are a problem. But hey, look, we still have some water being pumped, which is great. We have 6,000 now. 4.5 days left. This is looking good. We have rice here and here that's doing reasonably well. Yeah, we're getting stuff done. I don't know what to call these episodes anymore, just because there's not really any one specific goal at this point. We just kind of run head first into the prevailing wind and say, all right, let's do it. Hopefully they can, you know, actually build this stuff. I'm assuming that they can. Oh, you know what? I totally didn't even think about this. I can't get across here. Because this needs to be... Skewer platform? Skewer platform? Okay, no, that's actually blocked. That was for sunflower oil. Now, okay. Now I've got a problem. I'm not going to be able to get... Because of... Alright, I gotta hit pause. Oh, because of the way the screw press is set up, I cannot go on top of it from the front. It has to be from the side. This does not have a way to do it. I'm going to have to come around this side, which means the medium tank for sunflower oil, which is currently empty. Yeah, well, it's not running anyway, so we'll go ahead and get rid of it. I know we're doing some really stupid shenanigans with this, but it's going to be worth it. I just have to get this accomplished in the right way. Put those ladders there. What was going here? Screw press axles? Okay. No, we'll just have to let this be what it's going to be, so they can build this. This now has become mission critical infrastructure. Get this in, and then yeah, because we have to be able to have water come back through here. That's going to be a little bit of a tall ask. in the amount of time that we have. Too far from builders and cannot be... What? They can build it from below, can they not? Like, they should have... Yeah, they should have no problem being able to get in here to build from underneath. So I don't know why they can't. Sheesh. Okay, they built this universal power shaft. That's fine. So that'll go away. We got a mess up here, man. I just want to know why they can't actually reach this. There's no reason why they couldn't. No reason why they couldn't do it. So, what we'll have to do... I know, we got like a rat's nest of stuff going on up here. But this is pretty normal stuff. I will put this here, which means they can build the power shaft. And then they can build this guy, and then we'll take this away, and then... It's a vertical to straight... Oh no, then I'm just going to have to put something else on top of this. I just have to be able to get to this first. That's a whole mess. Now, scaffoldings, we have 101, thankfully. Or else that was going to be a really annoying problem to try to solve. I think we're fine. I think we're okay. I just have to let them, you know, do what they got to do. It's a process, right? Everyone's favorite catchphrase. At least these two are in that aren't connected to anything. That's nice. So, should I try to build another one here? And is this going to let me? Power connection is blocked. Yeah, see, this one says it's too far also. What's up with that? They really shouldn't have any problem getting to this. Should be no issue whatsoever actually getting up here. So I'm not really sure what's going on with that. This this water wheel does connect straight into the power output of the engine. I know that seems like maybe it shouldn't work if you understand anything about how actual like mechanical linkages work in terms of delivering and receiving power or whatever. But it's you know, it's a game with sentient beavers and weird whatever happens down in the underground mines in the water beavers. I think we can suspend a little bit of disbelief to make this kind of really cool stuff possible. Okay, so this one's done. That's good. That means I can come in here. Wait, what do you mean? Oh, okay. Oh, they built it from up here. But I thought they couldn't. Alright, whatever. Yeah, those two have got to go away, and then I've got to come in here with the rest of this dynamite, and I've got to blast this out. We're probably going to need to also keep this going as well. I think... it shouldn't really be that big of a deal. But I want to know why they can't build this. They should be able to from underneath, from like back behind here. They should be able to access this no problem. Did I take away the... No, the path is still there. As far as I know, the path is still here on the back side. Yeah, so it shouldn't be an issue at all. They should just be able to come up right next to it. Or maybe it's because this is a place where beavers are supposed to be walking? I don't know. See, that just really doesn't make any sense. I guess it's fine. We got 2.2 days to get the rest of this taken care of. This is almost finished. Just needs scaffolding. I really just need this one water wheel to go in. But it doesn't seem to want to play ball with me here. You know what? One last Hail Mary here. If we get rid of this path, and then I have ladders to come up like this, I think that's going to allow it to happen. Just got to get this in place here. Just about done. I really wanted to get more of this blown up, but I would, well, we have 1.9 days. We should be okay. I really need to step the game up with this, this methane production. Oh, this isn't connected. That was stupid. That could have been making methane this whole time. Yeah, get those nenuphars in there, man. You gotta be stripping these things apart fast. Expeditiously, even. And then probably up here we could be separating them and having more storage. There's just so much to do. so much to keep up with. It's almost impossible to do it flawlessly. And I certainly am not. Alright, this can go down one more right here. And then I think... Yeah, because we can get to the rest of this. I just have to be able to get rid of this one tree. I might be chasing the wrong kind of rabbits up here. But I do think this is going to be a worthwhile expenditure of time. Just gotta get here, get rid of these trees. Yeah, that's gonna be nice. So that is now good to go. The back of this should still prevent water from getting in. I don't think that's going to be an issue, but I am going to start doing this, and then I will go ahead and pop in. I mean, eventually they'll be able to get up here. I'm going to blow this one up and this one up, so we have that little that sawtooth kind of deal. You can't really see it here, but promote more edges for falling water so the water can fall faster. Water folding. Ooh, scary word. But it's something we do need to get done. So that will go in here, and then I want to be able to get down into this area so we can blast a little bit wider. It's gonna be a little weird getting across here to do this, but I think it's gonna be necessary. Just making it work. Is this... Okay, good. They can actually build this, and it's just about done. Alright, so now we've got 4 of these beautiful wheels here. The rest of this area is... well, it is what it is. Get rid of that, get rid of that. As long as I can have the water flowing through here reasonably quickly, I think we're going to be in okay shape. This, again, really is not a testament to sound engineering practices, nor should it ever be assumed that it is. It's just one of those things we gotta do. So, would it be better to just deepen this entire thing one level? I think it might. I think it might be. Versus doing it the other way. Yeah, actually now if I can come down here, I can give myself a, yeah, you know what? We're just gonna do it this way. Blast this whole thing out, and then I will deepen this one, because we know if we can deepen it one, we can deepen it again. And I will just bring this in this way again. I should be able to reach just about all of this, with the exception of right here, which I'll put some platforms in. I know this is just the most ridiculous garbage you've ever seen in your life. And you would be correct, but I do genuinely think this is going to help us out a lot. Especially now that we don't have to worry about flooding down here. Having this one more level down is going to make it flow a lot longer. Probably at least a day or two into the next drought, because it'll now be possible to drain every single bit of this down one more. Hey, remember when you said you were going to not have the episodes be 10,000 years long? Yes, I do. That was a lie. It wasn't an intentional one, but it, I guess, ended up becoming one. And look at that, we still have 2,900 water. Cool, cycle 36. End of the episode's an hour and a half. No, we're going to end it when I want to end it. It wasn't supposed to be that aggressive, but it's fine. I believe now that will work out very, very nicely. If it ends up overtopping, it's not really that big of a deal. I just want to have a channel that can go through here adequately. How in the world did they reach... Oh. Oh, okay. Alright. Yep. I forgot to put this here. Staircase. That'll do it. So we may not get the full intended experience immediately, but I think we might be in decent shape to get something. Whether or not it ends up being what it's supposed to be is going to be something completely different entirely. But We did massively improve this whole area. And now we're going to be in good shape. Just got to get a couple more things popped in here. Our very hungry, very dirty, very tired beavers. Yeah, the rice is growing. We do technically have extra rice. Is this out of water? It is, dying in 4.2 days. Okay, so maybe maybe we do want to have more rice accessible. Maybe these guys could use a helping hand for farming. But where am I going to put reasonably? I guess, you know what? I know I keep running all over the place, trying to have good places for these beavers to go build more farmhouses, but... Oh, you know what? Yeah, that'll work. We'll just let them not replant this. You know what? No, I'm going to forget. We're just going to destroy it. We're going to destroy those two. This is already not planted. Just unplant it. No big deal. So I've got to build stairs up here, and then I've got to get rid of that. I'm going to put 2 farmhouses here and another one of these assistant upgrades, I think. That should help, if I remember to do it. Alright, okay, so rotation has begun. This is already making as much power as it was before. Oh, yes. Folks, we made such a good choice doing this. Such a good choice. They can't get blown up either, so I can just set this off. Yes, sirree. Let's go. We got one more here. Hopefully nothing floods. If it does, I'm going to be very upset. Not that the game cares about my feelings, and especially not the water beaver mod. But yes, look at this. Look at this. Oh, please. It's already making so much power. There's one more piece that has to go in here. Yes. Beautiful. Pop that in there and we'll have the second factory going. We still haven't gathered... Actually, we did gather all the materials for the next anvil. We just can't build it because the building doesn't have power yet. We're getting there, though. We're getting there, though. Got this one last piece here. That one there, and then this has to go down twice. We should get a pretty speedy flow going. Yeah, look at that. Okay, this thing's going fast now. Oh my god, yes. Look at that. Oh, we just saved our butts, folks. Making almost 1900 power. That is going to be enough to power all of this. And then also, for us to bring that around here when we eventually get around to it. And then possibly even have power come across somehow. However we want to have this set up. Man, we are making such good progress. I don't want to stop because I feel like I'm not going to be able to do anything else next time because of how well this has gone. Oh, but yes. What a thing of beauty, folks. We've got mechanical drills. I'm going to say it's probably got to be coal. Yeah, so this would have to go here and here at the very front. Oh, are we going to get to build this too at the end of this? Look at I'm not even going to know what to put on the thumbnail for this. Okay, nope. We can't do it today because I've got to get rid of these trees. But we are not too far off, folks. We're not too far off at all from getting this to be a wonderfully, beautifully complete area here. Just got to build the right kind of access. And then, of course, I've got to get rid of this tree as well. Give those guys something to do. Yeah. Oh, exciting times. Very exciting times, folks. How much power are we generating? 2,000! And this isn't even technically done. Now, unobstructed flow completely. I don't know that this is going to go faster, but... Okay, respectable. Call that 22. Oh, it's still climbing. Okay. Alright, well, conservatively, we can call that 2200. That is great news. We can put gravity batteries over here at some point soon. This is such a long overdue upgrade to this area. That is so good to see. So good to see. Plenty of Badwater. There's still no water in this tank, and I unfortunately am going to have to replace the sunflower oil tank eventually. But this is really cooking now. Really cooking. We're looking good. We are looking great even. That can go there, and then I can put one more of these staircases in, and then I'm going to have to cut myself off. Because, man, alive are we getting stuff done. And it feels great to do that. So we'll let them build these last two little bits. We'll do our end of episode debrief that we always like to do. Man, I'm just so excited about this. I'm thankful you choose to keep watching this series. In episode 33, it's been a long one, and we are nowhere close to being done. We're going to do as much as we possibly can. So I think realistically you could expect this series to probably go to about 40, 45 episodes, depending on how everything continues to progress. But we've got so much more we want to touch on, and you folks make it possible. Beard Boosters also especially, with the subsidization of the longer series, and as stuff starts to decline a little bit in organic viewership, the contributions that you make it possible to justify, from a business perspective, God, I hate that term, but from a business perspective of making the YouTube videos, it makes sense to continue when you have people who are in your corner making sure that you're still able to get what you need to get done, and you can focus on having fun. I'm very thankful for those folks, and you as well, even if you're not part of that. Everybody matters, everybody counts, and I'm very, very thankful we get to spend this time together. So as always, any comments, questions, kind-hearted roasting or whatever, even mean roasting, whatever, I don't know, we're all adults here, but you want to leave in the comments. I do always read them. I can't respond to everybody, but I do always read your stuff, and I try to take everybody's input into account before we start doing more stuff. So please always let me know, and I will do my best to accommodate everybody's desires here as we continue moving forward. But look at this. We're going to have a coal mechanical drill before too long. Now, it's not powered yet, but we will get this going, and we can have some sort of method to power it next time. But I think that's going to be a good place to leave it. We'll let them get started building that. Man, we have done such a good job today, getting so much stuff fixed, improved, replaced. Now we're generating 2254 HP out of this. That is fantastic stuff, folks. Well, that's quite enough yapping for today. This is a super long episode. If you're here at the end, then you're not going to be complaining about the episode being long. But I always feel like I kind of need to apologize whenever that happens. It's fine. We're having a great time. I'm having a great time. Hopefully you are. I cannot wait to see you back again in this series on Thursday. Don't forget we have United Penguin Kingdom series finale on Tuesday. And then, of course, Folktales Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Maybe, depending on how stuff goes, we might shift Water Beavers to 3 days a week. Haven't fully decided on that one yet. But we'll see what happens. Take care, friends. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.